guys. Out here it's a little overcast. It's gonna rain in a little bit. Got the Trangia stove here, and we're just gonna get some stuff situated, make a cup of coffee this morning. So on the menu I got one of these Kuju coffees, little pour over deal. I'm gonna light the Trangia up, get that going. We're going to pour my water into the MSR Titan kettle. Just using this little Camelback mug I got for Christmas. Lightning Strike fire starter. Best fire starter ever. I'm gonna let that warm up for a second. I've noticed when you put these little pot stands on, if you don't let it warm up, it'll kill the flame. So all right, well, I'm gonna make a little coffee this morning, and then I'm gonna kind of just eyeball this wind a little bit. It's just started breezing right when I came out here, and if that subdues or stays, then I'm gonna light up the solo stove here, and if it gets any worse I will not. So we'll see. I don't think I've ever actually used one of these before. One of the gals from work gave it to me to bring on my backpacking trip, which did not happen, obviously. But cool. So I guess you rip that off, put it over the top of your cup. Okay, cool. Well, it smells good. It smells very yummy. Okay, that's probably going pretty good now. Sounds like. I'll let the flame heat up a little bit. All right, I'm good with that. And just protect it. This windscreen, when I made it, was not made for the Trangia, so I do need to cut that out a little bit, but that should help. All right, shall we pull the lid off? Let's see, let's pull the lid off the solo stove. So this is the Bonfire 2.0. I'm just using the carry case on it upside down to protect it from the weather. It seems to do the job okay. A little unorthodox. My buddy Matt from Leading Outdoors turned me on to this thing, and I think it was Jason who showed me the deal they were having from Huck Outdoors between the both of them, and Matt recommended the lid, which is real nice. A little stainless lid, keep the weather out. And yeah, that's the stove. It's got a base underneath it. Haven't cleaned it, so I don't know how well it'll light. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, we still got plenty of room in there. Kind of show you the innards of that while the coffee's going. Let me unplug this out of here. So obviously, coffee's still going. You can't see the flame, obviously, but well, actually you can, just a little bit. So that's going slowly. Here's the Bonfire 2.0. And so you got a nice little patina going on the inside ring there. Fun fact, I actually used this thing the first 4 times with the that ring turned upside down. So that's why it looks so cool. And then it's starting to form its nice little patina on the titanium ring here, which is cool. And thankfully I have no fingerprints on there. I washed it down with mineral spirits before using it the first time. So, well, let's maybe go get some wood. from the garage. Tote that in, and we'll be right back. All right, we're gonna let that cook away. I'm gonna go grab some wood. Alright, this is firewood that I was going to be bringing on my camp trip. Did not end up going through. That's going good there. Some of this looks somewhat split already. We'll use that piece. Oh yeah, perfect, that's already split. Now the problem with the Bonfire is some of these bigger pieces, they don't fit in the ring perfectly. Sometimes they're a little longer than this. So they kind of fit in real weird when you got a lot of wood in there. So if you like just using, you know, big quarters like this, go with the Yukon. Otherwise you'll want to split your wood up a little bit. Stuff like that, so we will get that going. Definitely use that piece. That's a good little piece there. Maybe split that one in half. I'm not going to have a big old massive fire because the wind is picking up a little bit. That'll be good size there. See if we can split that one right where it's. Yep. And pop that one. Like that. Hard spot there. Okay. That one got to give a little bit more obedience. Ooh. Let's do that from this side. There's our culprit. I don't know why that was so hard. Nice knot right there. Should have probably seen that first. There we go. Now it's going to give us a little bit of trouble. I'm sure. Down there. Loosen it up a little bit. And then come back at it again. Ooh. That's good. Nice little knot at the bottom there. should be plenty to, I think, get us started. There. And by now, our coffee water should definitely be done. So we'll take a look at that. Yeah, it's looking good. Boy, this is still going. Yeah. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that there. Toss this in. It says open here. So that's like actual coffee grinds right there. Okay. So that's set up pretty cool right there. I dig that quite a bit. I know this is going to be hot, so I'm not going to be touching that with my hands. I'll move that over here somewhere. Move those handles out. Pretty sure those handles are going to be hot. What's this?
I know you can't hear her because you put the door. She's getting fussy.
Okay, I'll grab her in a minute. I'll bring her outside with me. Seems like my little kiddo.
Come. No, I didn't smell it. Come. Come.
Throw that on there. Pour a little bit in. See how this goes. Please don't fall in the cup. Please don't fall in the cup. Cool. Well, that's good. It's frothy, it's aerating, bubbling. It's good. All the good signs of a good, I don't know about quality grind, but the beans aren't old. That's for sure. They're oxidizing and stuff and foaming and bubbling, so that's a good start. Cool. Some pour over coffee. It's pretty neat. All right, gotta go grab the kiddo. Crying. Finish off the rest of this. This thing's pretty neat. Always use instant coffee when backpacking just because it's so easy, you know. This is cool. All right, that's gonna do it. cups of water. And those grinds look pretty worn out by there. So I'm happy with that. Squeeze out the rest. Call that good. Still too hot to drink. So we'll set that aside for now. This doesn't go in here, it's just me bringing it out here. Love that that titanium gets ice cold in like 20 seconds. All right, so there's that. Get that solo stove going. Just get a little quick morning fire action going. Just a little quick fire. So now so you can see here what I'm talking about. You start getting up towards the higher edges. It's, you gotta work a little bit to get it underneath the ring. I'm cheating this morning. I don't know how dry this wood is, to be honest, but see if that does a trick. And I'll bring you guys in for that. So you can see size-wise this bonfire pit. Of course, that's going to track me. So at first, this thing is a little smoky, so just keep that in mind when you're lighting it. So that's why I like to use the propane torch. Sort of gets things moving really quickly, and especially if you have some like dry kindling underneath, it'll start roaring up pretty quick. But usually this fire takes me like, I don't know, between 2 and 5 minutes to get big enough to where it's just roaring without any smoke. It really depends on the wood. Like birch wood, it gets there almost immediately. This pine, obviously, you can see it's burning off a lot of moisture. I got this at Home Depot and it was sitting outside, which it was raining. So coffee's pretty good too. Not bad. Not too shabby. Yeah, I can definitely tell this pine was a little wet. Stuff normally takes off a little bit faster than this, especially with the MAP gas kind of running in there. Got Morgan out here enjoying the bonfire with me. And let's chop up a couple of these pieces too while we're at it. Sap in this piece. It's going to be a poppy one right there. All that sap in there. This one's kind of got knots everywhere, so we'll just follow the grain structure there. Oh, there's a knot there for sure. Let's try the other side. That is quite a knotty piece of wood. Yeah, look at that thing. Sappy up there. That's nice. Yeah, you can see this wood is definitely wet. It's not lighting off super well, which normally it does. So we'll cut some tindling down a little bit further. Normally this pine sort of just goes off without a hitch. This must have been that non-seasoned outside wood. That's all right. Good with that. See some of the action? Huh? What do you think? What do you think of all this? Oh boy. Whoa. See all that fire? Mm-hmm. What do you think of all that? Huh? Hey, you see all that wet wood there that Daddy's got? Huh? See all that? Yeah, it's no good, huh? Oh well. Well, this is a fine example. Salute. We always want to have dried firewood, so even though this is pine, it's really soft. Ignites really well. Doesn't always mean it's spontaneous to burn. This stuff is definitely wet. What do you think, kid? Fire scary? Huh? Ooh. Yeah. Want to come a little closer in? Okay. That's pretty cool, right? What do you think about all that? Yeah, pretty neat, huh? There you go, finally starting to take off a little bit. So fire is going now. Looking good. This wood is junk though, whatever I bought. This was the cheap stuff at Home Depot. Normally I've been buying birch, which burns a little hotter. Definitely has less popping to it. And whatever wood this is very sooty. It's smoking like a tire fire. So this is definitely some very low quality stuff, but the Solo Stove's still managing to do a pretty good job of getting the smoke straight up and out. Very sappy, very explosive. fly by the fire. Fly by the fire. Thank you, flyby. What do you think? Make doo-doos. And it's safe to say we're not adding any more pieces, that the wind is picking up a little bit. Thank you. All right, here. Take you down to the background. So I like having this back here. Sort of just reminds me of the forest. I got a group of conifer trees. Here you can see that this is a baby blue spruce conifer. So this is a high alpine, above 10,000 foot. These things grow in sub-freezing conditions. So it's actually kind of hard to get these to bud because they don't like to bud unless it's like 40 or below 40 degrees. This is just a little lemon cypress. Nothing fancy about that. They were just really cheap at Home Depot. This is one of my prized ones here. This is my Colorado blue spruce conifer tree, and the reason I like this is because it's actually white off. So it's not like a traditional blue spruce type Christmas tree. It's got a bit of a different structure, and so it's a little bit oblong and kind of looks real interesting. We'll see how it does this year. I've got kind of a bare spot here, but I do have a lot of cones forming. The top one is cut, so this one's gonna branch. These are really slow growing trees. This is a baby dwarf Alberta spruce. So that's a real small guy there. Really pretty. And this is one that's got about a year or two under its belt. This one's kind of on its way out though. I let it sit out in the sun over the summer without some shade cloth. Didn't do too well. And I haven't treated this one very well because once I cut it and trimmed it, I noticed that it had two false stems versus this one has one. So this tree will probably be on its way out and I'll probably replace it with something else. This is a 2-needle pinion pine. So these are pretty common throughout the forest. I think these are even in Southern California. So that'll grow rather quickly and branch off and look pretty neat. Probably one of my favorites is this one. This probably takes number 2. This is a dwarf globe blue spruce conifer. And so this will usually just kind of mushroom. It won't look like a traditional tree, but it's just really pretty. The needles are actually really soft, and the better condition they are, the more blue of a hue they get, the colder they get. So I actually just amended the soil, and I noticed that this one and my other blue spruce actually turned a little bit brighter hue of blue versus the green that they were before. It's hard to maybe tell the difference, but you see some of these needles are green versus some of them have like that bluish hue. It's very pretty. This is a North Pole bow pine. This I picked up at Home Depot a couple years ago. It's probably grown 6 inches since I got it maybe 2 years ago. This will be the biggest test of time. This will take about 10 to 12 years to come to fruition. This is a dwarf blue spruce cedar tree. And this is a, I forgot what they call it, but it's like an off-breed of the common one. So it's a horseman blue spruce, or blue atlas, I should say. And you can see again, the needles are gorgeous. This will take a long time to come to fruition, but that'll turn into a big, gorgeous tree. And another lemon cypress, just because I found a 2-pack on sale. And then I just got it covered with shade cloth. I got some lighting that goes across them. So I just like this little area here. Just sort of reminds me of being out in nature. Since I don't get to get out to the forest too often, it's kind of nice to sit out here with a little bonfire, or even no bonfire. Just come out here with a cup of coffee and just, take a look at these beautiful cone-bearing trees. The same type that we see out in our wilderness boundaries. So, anyways, back to the fire. See, things are dwindling down a little bit. And I am enjoying this coffee. Switch that. So, not bad. Nice and toasty warm. Sun's starting to peek its head out a little bit. Turning into a long video. Well, I'm sure nobody's going to watch this far, but I was supposed to go backpacking this weekend. I had a trip set up with a couple guys, and we knew there was going to be snow on the ground, so we prepped accordingly. Showing up to the trailhead, I was coming out the day after, mind you. Trailhead, or getting to the trailhead, was a very icy Forest Service road that is a good couple of degree decline heading into there. You'd probably want to be in 4-wheel drive during summer season heading down there, and you're going to be in 4-wheel drive low, foot on the brake going down. So going down that while the road was iced over would have been a catastrophic idea, to say the least. I don't think there was any way you were making it down that road without your car sliding off the road and or crashing. So we scratched that plan. I went and bought a bunch of stuff. I thought I was going to go car camp, salvage a trip. The local place I was going to go to was booked up full. I didn't realize that until after I bought all the stuff. And then, I don't know, I just got home and got in this weird mindset. I was going to go out to Chileo, and it was supposed to rain and snow last night, possibly. And I don't know, I just got into like a weird mindset, and I wanted to go, had all my stuff packed. And I was like, man, do I really want to drive 2+ hours up there? Set all this stuff up, shoot video, and then the way home, like, ended up being a nightmare. It took me like 3 hours, 4 hours. I got to drive 2 miles an hour down this thing. So I just ended up scratching my last minute car camp trip idea. So it was kind of like 2 failed adventures in one weekend. So I was like ready to go. But it is what it is. So kind of let that beat me down a little bit mentally yesterday. And it's nice to just get out here and get the bonfire going. And have a little peace and quiet. So there's always other trips to be had. Maybe try and get out sometime in February. I got some days off there. And we'll just see how it goes, you know. I've never actually had that happen before. Trip get canceled because of, you know, weather issues. But I've never really backpacked in the snow other than that one time at John's Meadow. So I'm assuming that might be the normal this time of season. Anyways, stop staring at this ugly mug. I'll get you back to the fire. Wonder how this burns. It's my lime tree shedding like a fib. Probably not going to do that with all the leaves on it. Probably not a good idea. Hear that thing sizzling, it's so full of water. That's a trip. Foaming out the back. Get that underneath the ring. It's not leaking all over the stove. Go. I don't want that to dry and stain. It's kind of nice. The fire kind of dwindles down slowly. You know, you can see I didn't put that much wood in there. So it's actually really efficient for what it is. I know a lot of people say that these stoves burn a lot of wood. Well, I'll tell you from just my personal perspective, as someone who's just a traditional campfire user out in the desert where it's always sort of windy, so I guess that might aid in wood burning, right? All the oxygen pushing through the fire, but I would say that this is actually much more efficient at conserving wood than the traditional campfire is, because you're pulling oxygen from the bottom, it's coming up through the top. You don't have variables from side to side, really, putting oxygen through the fire. And so I feel like it actually burns a little slower. Yeah, so like normally a typical like desert bonfire we have, I would have gone through one of those little packs of wood in, I don't know what, sub half an hour, probably 15 to 25 minutes, somewhere in there. And we're going on, this video's at 45 minutes. And this thing's still burning, and I got half of that left to go. So she is dwindling down to nothing now, almost. Man, is that a nice little patina. Really has a beautiful look to it. Let's see if you can pick up that bronze color on the back. So really, really, really nice. I don't need the base there, since I have it elevated off with those bricks. But I did buy it, because I was going to use it on a wood deck, so might as well utilize it. I'm going to feature the Crocs this morning. So, yeah, not too shabby. I do enjoy this thing. One of these days, maybe I'll shoot a live video where I actually just try and light this thing. I'll use some of this softwood, I'll cut it down, process it correctly, you know, down to actual like tinder pieces, and maybe we'll give her the old shot with this thing. Little lightning strike fire starter. I absolutely love this thing. I got this years and years ago, and I actually had the company send me one before they were popular for a fire starter shootout video that I did on my very young channel. I mean, it's still a young channel, but this thing blew me away just because, I'll show you. Let me just put this back in my little cell phone holster. So what I really love about this thing is, let me get a better angle here. See how it's kind of notched at the end? So you put the striker in there, and you can fling your spark as hard as you want, but you're not gonna fling it into the wood. And let's say you're using some of that, was it the magnesium? Let's say you're shaving magnesium onto your piece of wood. When you're using a traditional one, you have the habit of sometimes you flick it into your wood and the magnesium all flies away. So this is cool because it's literally just you just fling it out right into the base, and you can just put this right on the base of your fire and just go and it just gets super hot. I've been using this for a number of years, and it's working out really nice. And then in the back, some really nice fire starter, and that stuff works really well. So I think they're like 60 bucks or something like that. They make a miniature one, which is like half the size. I'll probably end up buying that one of these days to keep in my backpack for backpacking purposes. And yeah, so really neat little fire starter. I really dig this thing, and it's something I actually need to add to my backpacking kit. I don't actually have a fire starter in there. All I have is a Bic lighter, which, let's be honest, a Bic lighter is not going to save your life in windy or cold conditions. Knock out some of this ash. Ooh, that gets hot. Holy moly. Some I'm just breaking down the wood pieces a little bit. Just using another piece of wood. It's all good. Getting it down to just smoldering ash. And then once we're just smoldering, then we can actually go ahead and put the lid on, but you can't do it with the open flame. Ooh, that gets hot. All right. Well, that'll pretty much be done in a minute or two, and then we can throw the lid on. Alright, sun's kind of peeking its head out, so I'm going to change angles here. So you can see we're pretty much down to just coal bed. A little bit of flame here and there, hard to see on the camera because the sun just peeked out. But give it 1 or 2 more minutes. Be able to throw the lid back on. Keep in mind this is stainless steel, not titanium. If it was titanium, you could probably just... If this was titanium, you could literally throw it on there while that thing was just cooking, high bore. You're not going to burn a hole through the titanium. But I guess theoretically, with the stainless steel, if it's hot enough, you will torch a hole through the top of it. That's my guess. I don't know. Not sure why they tell you not to put the lid on, but I didn't design the thing. Yeah, it's still... I'm at chest height here, and that's still like so hot I gotta pull my hand away. This thing rips. Absolutely rips. So we got to come out here, have a nice little bonfire for less than an hour. We're at 53 minutes. I was making coffee at first, had to cut the wood, so what was that, maybe not even half hour, 40 minutes of bonfire action. So it's really nice to just come out here, enjoy this thing in the morning. My trees, my conifers, lemon trees, and normally I have tomato plants growing in here, but it's out of season. This year we'll probably put some more raised beds in here. Or I should just say garden beds, something like that. I've got the piping right there that's going to come down this way. And we'll grow a bunch of crop back here, so it'll be a good time. I say we throw the lid on this bad boy, call it good. Let's put that in the holster for that. Man, that feels good. Alright, this thing's fixing to get some color to it today, that's for sure. Alright, so I'm going to just slide it on like this. That's it, and this thing gets hot fast. You'll probably watch the color change on this thing. Already too hot to touch. So you can see how quickly that turns. And that's it. Now it looks like a very expensive stainless steel trash can. Not too shabby. Maybe I'll cut up some of that wood for processing next time. Let's do a couple more pieces while we're out here. And if you're asking why I'm on my knees to do this, I'm running a short axe. So if I was standing and I missed the wood, this thing would be coming right back towards my legs. So by getting myself closer to the ground, say I miss the wood, come off of it, I'm gonna come into the ground, hit the ground, not hit my legs. At least that's the theory. like some smaller pieces. Stronger. Smaller pieces like that will be good. Huh? Yeah, I just put the lid on. Just processing some wood for next time. Oh, that was a miss. How'd you do? Yeah, she's a little cranky butt out here. It's because she knew she was on video.
Yeah, she's really good. She's very photogenic.
Yeah. That's perfect.
It smells like fire though. And
Well, it's because it was this wood is trash.
and the bedroom was smelling like wood.
What?
The bedroom was smelling like fire.
No, it wasn't. It's because you were just smelling her.
No, that's why I came out here originally.
Oh, please.
It smelled like a bonfire.
Okay, all right. It's not the end of the world. And this is going to be a weird piece to cut. Let's see. No, too small. All right. Guess we're coming this way. There we go. Double edge off. Nope. Good enough. That's a weird little piece there. Maybe I'll wedge you in there. Too close for comfort on that. Nope. There we go. Jeez. Took long enough. Ah, there we go. There's our culprit. This little knot. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I need to buy one of those log splitters. It just stands up and you hammer it from the top. As much as I love doing this and it's fun, I feel like I'm getting too old for it. Ay. Ay, caramba. anything? Not really. As you can tell, Sony is not a master firewood processor, that's for sure. Emphasis on not. But it is what it is. Getting the job done, that's what matters. Funky knot off there. Oh yeah, I'm not cutting that. Forgot that was the big knot. Big knotted piece. Look at that though. Some good looking piece of wood there. Huh? Hard to get it before it fell. Nope. Denied. Well, there's still a chance. Maybe not. Thought that piece was going to split, but maybe not. Alright, leave one or two full-size guys like that. It's probably good. And if we really wanted to, we could, come down here and split some of these guys up. Some of that. Make some finer stuff. That should do the trick for today. Oh yeah, that's sticky right there. That'll be some good wood for that. Sharpen that thing up. And I'll put all this wood away somewhere dry. Sappy. Gonna be fun to light that off. Oh, all right. I think I'm gonna call that there. Anyways, thanks for watching, whoever the one person is, for sticking this out the entire time. I thought for sure I'd be doing this solo, so whoever that is, thank you very much for watching the video. To my one follower. Man. So, alright, we're gonna call this one. You guys have a good rest of your day. I'm just gonna show you the weather out here before we go. See my backyard, little gardening center, umbrella, there's the bonfire pit, tomato plant, don't mind all the kids' crap. Alright, nice and overcast, hanging out under here. Yeah, you can see the weather's pretty gloomy out there. It's not picking it up very well, but let's see, maybe that camera will. Yeah, real gloomy. So it's probably gonna start raining here real shortly. But that's gonna do it for the old Soul Stove video. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.